Madam Speaker, America's borders are the safest they've been in decades. Simply put, President Trump is the border security president, and no narrative from the national media or left-wing talking heads can change that. Border security was the #1 issue on the campaign trail and is one of the main reasons that 77 million Americans elected him as president. Promises made, promises kept. It's hard to believe that in just 6 short months, President Trump has reversed 4 years of disastrous open border failures from the previous administration. For 4 years, President Biden and Vice President Harris told the country over and over again that they simply did not have the authority or the ability to secure the border. The reality is that this could not have been farther from the truth. President Trump has shown that the only thing we needed all along was a president who was not afraid to actually enforce the law. The facts speak for themselves. During the month of June, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol Protection saw the lowest number of encounters ever on our borders nationwide. Apprehensions along the border reached a new historic low on June 28th, when CBP had the lowest number of apprehensions in a single day in agency history. Under the previous administration, 27,766 illegal migrants were paroled and released into the country in June alone. Mr. Speaker, 1 year later, 0 migrants were paroled into the country. Again, promises made, promises kept. This leadership is exactly what Americans voted for this past November, and House Republicans are united in equipping the president to continue securing our borders for good. In our One Big Beautiful bill, we gave our law enforcement agencies the tools and resources they need to help secure the border. We allocated more than $46 billion to finish President Trump's border wall and ensure that our borders have a physical barrier to keep bad actors out. We invested in the CBP workforce, equipping the agency to hire more personnel to keep our borders secure and enforce the law. House Republicans invested in state-of-the-art border technology to stop the trafficking of drugs and humans across our border and finally bring the fentanyl crisis to an end. This deadly drug has taken the lives of thousands of innocent Americans and made every state a border state. No more. America remains a land of opportunity that attracts millions of individuals around the world each year. A few months ago, I had the privilege of speaking at a naturalization ceremony for brand new American citizens who took their oath to the United States and officially became fellow citizens. I was inspired by each of their journeys in becoming Americans and couldn't help but feel blessed to have been born in a land that so many people seek to call their home. At the time, my heart felt for them. Of the 168 people who became Americans that day, some of them underwent multi-years-long process to come here legally. And instead of rewarding their efforts, they watched for 4 years as a president and an administration that were asleep at the wheel allowed our immigration laws to be abused and taken advantage of month after month as millions jumped the line by coming here illegally. I'm so glad that America overwhelmingly rejected that nonsense. Today, our country is more secure and safe than it has been in nearly half a decade. It turns out that common sense works after all, and I'm grateful for an administration that chooses common sense over caving to radical far-left activists. Thank you, President Trump, for upholding your commitment to making America safe again and securing our border. Promises made, promises kept. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield back.